Alright, so this MOJO challenge is honestly, sometimes a mess, sometimes pretty satisfying. It's like a good mix of both, but yeah, here's a rank 4 MOJO. I have boost active because I think this content is like the best use of boosts, and pretty much this challenge throughout like the whole time, it's a bit frustrating because sometimes the prompts are just bad, sometimes the AI is just terrible. It's a mess, right? But other times the fights are really satisfying, so I guess this challenge is like a 50-50 for me. But yeah, first up is this Hercules, and this Hercules doesn't have much. He has that 0 to hero node, but then again, MOJO has the anti-life field for it. So pretty much just like watch the concussions here, because the concussions can fill your life field, they can fill your degens, they can fill your prompts even. It's pretty bad, but yeah, besides like the infuriate and the concussions, it's not the worst fight out there. The power gain from Mystic Dispersion is really good, and by the way, I would run that the whole time because it really does help his damage output like massively. So yeah, Mystic Dispersion pretty much required, I feel like. And besides that, it's honestly, it's just a roller coaster, so get ready for it because yeah, you're in for a wild ride. And yeah, this Hercules fight, like I said, not the worst start to it. It is a solo, so watch out for that. Or not watch out for it, but just like try to get that, I guess. And yeah, once you do this Hercules fight, you have the Havok fight afterwards, which is a bit of a different story. But yeah, I'll let this play out, and I'm not gonna show like the entire fight for some of these. I'll just show like the best clips, for example. And yeah, I'll see you at the Havok fight. But now we have this Havok fight, and this Havok fight is actually a solo. So this isn't like the hardest fight out there. There isn't much to look out for besides that plasma detonation, but if you have the armor up active, you take no damage from it. So just keep that in mind, and just make sure that whenever he's about to detonate, you have the armor up active. And that's really about it. It's a decently straightforward fight. Just watch out for that block damage from the SP2. You can honestly just dex the SP2 and just get the armor up back immediately afterwards. It's no big deal really, so just get your damage output up by completing the prompts, get your SP2, drop it, have the armor up ready, and then you pretty much just win this. It is honestly the most straightforward fight out of all of these, I think. Now, super important here, for this Warlock fight, you want to absolutely take off willpower, and I know what you're thinking, right? You know, adjusting masteries for one fight in this challenge is kind of silly, but trust me, it is a lifesaver. I know it is kind of like sucky to do, right? But you kind of have to do it for this matchup. So yeah, Warlock without willpower is a lot less stressful, but it is still a pretty annoying fight because Warlock, he can just do so much in this matchup. The SP1 with the shock, he can just fail your nullify as well, so that's super annoying. He also just has the worst nodes ever, I feel like. It's not a fun matchup, and I think it is one of the worst in this entire thing. Like right there, failed the SP1 nullify, because why not? That's just so annoying, right? I don't like this matchup. I think this matchup is just super annoying, but also there isn't much to look out for here. Just get your SP1, drop it with the guaranteed crit, hope it nullifies, like right there it does, so I get some damage output, and just rinse and repeat that. Oh, and by the way, don't use the relic, and honestly I did not notice this until after the recording, but if you use the relic, it inflicts a debuff and he purifies that and then he power drains you. So yeah, don't use the relic. It's just not worth it. It is like some extra damage output, but you take some damage in the process, so I don't think it's worth it. I would just play it like chill. Oh, and by the way, a massive thing here, do not complete his prompts. That is weird to say, right, because it's MOJO, but yeah, do not complete his prompts, because when you do that, you give him like more charges, and then when he gets to 5, he inflicts hater buffs on Warlock. And these hater buffs give you healing, and the healing will just degen you instead. So yeah, it's just not worth it. And besides like that one big piece of advice, I think that's it for this matchup. It's really annoying. Prepare for an absolute like thunderclapping by Warlock, but you'll get it down eventually, right? And that's all that matters. And by the way, he fails my nullify here again, so yeah, that's just fantastic. Here is the last Mojo try, and yeah, it goes decently well, but yeah, just an absolute mess of a fight. I just cannot stand this one. Like, this challenge in general was just, I think, really annoying. So yeah, there he failed the SP1 again, so I dropped the relic, and the relic just does it, thankfully. So there's that Warlock down, and now we have a nice breath of fresh air here with Nick Fury. This was like a solo for me, so yeah, that should speak volumes, right? Because I'm not like the best player out there, but I got the solo. But I don't think there is much to say about this fight. This is like the solo, by the way, but the strategy here is to just make sure that you never get disoriented, because MOJO has one of the worst block efficiencies in the game, and it is just disastrous. So yeah, watch out for that. And also, no, I think that's it really. It's just like, watch out for the disorients, and yeah, try to avoid blocking anything, to be honest, and try to like turtle up to try to prevent him from throwing the SP1, because if he throws the SP1, you get a ton of disorients, and it is just not a good time for MOJO because of his very, very bad block proficiency. But I think that's it for this fight. I'm gonna go in, drop the SP2, and yeah, MOJO, like, honestly, like, in these good matchups, he does some very, very good damage output. It's honestly pretty surprising, and I think he is honestly a pretty good champion, but people just don't want to rank him. I get it, you know, you might not use him ever again after this, so it makes sense. I get the frustration, but it is what it is. It's for a good cause, I guess, right? I mean, not really, it's for a 7-star Masakre. But yeah, I go back in, drop the SP3 after the intercept, and look what I did there. I made sure that like I did a combo into the SP3, so the SP3 will push him to 2 bars of power, and that is just a lifesaver for MOJO. And yeah, I'll see you at the next fight, which is, oh, such a fun time. Are you ready for this amazing matchup? This is the Modok fight, and when I did my first few attempts, it was bad. Like, bad. Capital B, just terrible, terrible stuff. But once you learn how to do this fight, it honestly isn't the worst. And I don't want to sound like, too arrogant, right? Because it is a hard fight. This fight stinks. It is one of the worst in the challenge, right? But I kind of felt proud of myself once I got down the rhythm of it. And you have two ways of doing this fight. The first way is the aggressive way, where you just hit his block, make him go unblockable, which you get super aggressive, and just play around that, right? And just intercept a ton, and just do like your damage output with regular hits. That's one way. And this way I think is pretty good for most players, but for me personally, I like the other way better. So I'll let this one play out, and I'll show you like the other tactic here, because I think they're both pretty good, but the one I had more success with was the playing it slow tactic. But yeah, Mojo's doing pretty decent here. He's not ramped up just yet, but once he's ramped up, it'll be pretty good. And we're about to complete this prompt for the final thing. I think so anyway. Do I not do it? Oh my gosh, I need to do it. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh no, I messed up actually, because yeah, I did that. I dropped the SP1, and no, I don't mess up. Okay, I just need to stop talking, I guess. But yeah, we're doing just fine here actually, and now I can just get all my damage in, because I kind of have to at this point, because I'm like at all my charges. And here he drops the SP1. Well, he would have if I didn't get hit with a 47,000 medium attack. That's so fun. But here is my main strategy, and I like this one the most. What I do is I just play him normally, and watch out for Obstinate Charge, because that makes him go stun immune for a bit. But besides that, it is a normal Modok fight. You can parry him, you can do a 3-hit combo, you will just be chilling, because he plays like somewhat passively, but it's fine, because that lets you complete the charge a heavy prompt pretty easily. And yeah, it's not that bad like with this strategy, but then again, he can just go like really crazy sometimes, so watch out for that. And I think that's about it for this fight. I'm gonna show you like a bit more of this solo. Not a solo, I didn't get a solo on this. It was bad, but I did pretty decent on this run, especially because I just played it slow, and I feel like sometimes playing it slow is just better than not playing it slow, right? Also, don't heavy attack. That's about it. I think that's the last tip. Yeah, don't heavy attack, watch out for the stun, and yeah, see you at Blade. And here's the final moments of this Modok fight. It was not a nice time seeing him. I will not miss him in the slightest. Goodbye, Modok. You are not fun, and you stink. And also, you're a bad champion. I'm sorry. That's a bit too much. No, it's not. He deserves it. He was such an annoyance, and for what? And you know what? Here is Blade. Blade, the complete opposite. A total breath of fresh air. Be more like Blade, guys. Don't be like Modok. Be like Blade. A handsome gentleman. A very, very straightforward fight. Just everything you want in a champion, okay? Blade is still good. He's still a nice guy. And he treats you right, especially in Eternity of Pain. So, yeah, this Blade matchup, really easy to be honest. Pretty much nothing here. There is Surge Protector, so watch out for that. He'll just get like some free special attacks sometimes, and Destructive Feedback. Just don't block while that shield is active, and that's really about it. That's all this Blade has. He is such a breath of fresh air. Oh yeah, there's also Plagued Mind, so watch out for that. Plagued Mind, it can kind of mess you up sometimes, but not really. And yeah, I just need some thank you Blade comments in the comments below, because yeah, he just deserves it. You have like this total pain of a fight with Modok, and then afterwards Blade's like, okay, you need to chill, just use me as a chill spot, because I am just a really straightforward fight and I'm not bad in the slightest. And we're like, okay, thank you Blade, we appreciate it, and you're still a good champion in 2024. And yeah, that's really about it for this fight. Just appreciate it. It's a breath of fresh air. Just play it slow and don't block, and that's about it. So this matchup's almost done. It was not bad in the slightest. Just you gotta watch out for like his, aggressive AI sometimes, but also the relic is your best friend. That's about it. 4-minute solo. Not the best, not the worst. But now it's back to the pain because this Terrax fight is just so annoying sometimes, and I know that like with the right play, and if you're a better player than me, this is one of the easier fights, but oh my gosh, I just couldn't get this down at all for some reason. And yeah, this Terrax has this impending extortion node, so whenever he like goes below bar power, he will get like this timer, right? And if he doesn't go above it in 14 seconds, you get destroyed big time. And there's pretty much like not too many things besides that. There is ebb and flow intercept, so just intercept often. There's also what else is there? Like nothing else that's like so crazy, right? It's just that one node, and then Terrax, of course, being Terrax. Yeah, Terrax is still a very annoying defender, especially when he's like really amped up. So watch out for him. Watch out for the rock field. Make sure that willpower is on. As you can see here, I didn't have it on, so I can't heal from the armor breaks. So yeah, remember to put on willpower because I forgot to and I paid the price big time. Watch out for that. And besides that, it's not straightforward because it is annoying. It's super annoying, right? But it's one that can be like dealt with pretty easily if you just play it right. But sometimes Terrax just doesn't let you play it right because his AI is really, really bad sometimes. So just watch out for that. And here he drops the SP2, no big deal. I dodge it, go back in, and yeah, drop the SP1. I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, also, special delivery, that's why. That node is also pretty important, but thankfully MOJO at like a max ramp gets power pretty often, so you can still drop SP2s, but it won't be like as frequent, right? Or it should be, but you never know. And yeah, this matchup is done because I get hit, which is no big deal because I was like just a first attempt. Here are some better attempts, but yeah, in summary, watch out for the special delivery, watch out for the that like impending extortion node, and intercept often, and watch out for the rock field. Also, there's heavy hitter, so watch out for that too. There's a lot of nodes in this fight, obviously, and yeah, once you get it down, it isn't the worst thing out there, but it is pretty annoying, I do want to say. And yeah, I'll see you at the Dragon Man finale. So that wasn't bad. This is the worst thing that you will ever encounter in your life, and prepare for it because oh my gosh, I cannot believe that this fight is a thing with this AI. This AI is the worst thing that I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, this guy has escalating assaults, and he also has this node where like if you parry him, he gets armor broken, so don't parry him. And he also has this unstoppable node that is pretty like meh because of MOJO's anti-life field. And yeah, besides that, it is just simple Dragon Man goofiness. And yeah, right there, that was my first attempt, and it was awful, but I got the hang of it. But even if you get the hang of it, it doesn't matter because the AI can just mess you up big time, and you can't do anything about it. That's why this fight is like terrible. This fight was just the worst. I cannot stand it so much. There I get hit because I just... Okay, also MOJO's just like... His dashback is just atrocious as well. And I don't know why, but it's just really bad for some reason. It's not even because like of his size, because some other extra large characters have really clean dashbacks, but MOJO's is just really, really bad for some reason. But yeah, besides like those two things, that's really about it. Like, watch out for the AI. It's gonna do some crazy stuff on you, so just look out. And yeah, there's pretty much nothing else. The unblockable, look out for it because it comes at you like a train. It is so crazy sometimes. And additionally, Dragon Man does have his ineptitude, so if you get the Fury up, you're gonna like not get any damage from it because you'll have that potency like reduction active on you. So yeah, this fight stinks. I do not like it at all. And Dragon Man, just do better, man. Just do better because this is a dumpster fire. I cannot stand this fight. There I get hit. Drop the relic. He blocks it because he just knows what to do all the time apparently. And yeah, did not have a fun time with this matchup. I do not recommend it, but then again, if you want that 7-star Masacre or Stark Spidey, you kind of have to do it. So yeah, then I get wombo comboed by him. That's just so messed up. That is so messed up because like I was already getting destroyed, and he's like, you know what? Let me add on to that. So Dragon Man, you know what? He's a bad champion. I can't say that. He's so good, but just why is this fight a thing? And you know it's bad when like one of my best attempts was with a 5-star MOJO. Not even lying. 5-star MOJO did so much work here because it is just a dumpster fire that is so inconsistent. But yeah, that's about it for this matchup. I'll see you at the finish line. You're almost there at the finish line. We're so close. Dragon Man has been not so bad this time around, but it's like 3%. We're almost there. Come on, just get me out of this dumpster fire of a fight. Just please let me out of here, and I'll be so happy. We're so close to it. He's getting his unstoppable. He's getting his power charge back. And yeah, he drops the SP1, no big deal. I go back in, I drop the SP2, and you know what? It is enough to end the fight. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Just what an absolute mess. But you know what? You did it. It's done. But yeah, hopefully this guide was helpful for you, and yeah, that's about it for me.